There are 42 diplomatic reception rooms on the 7th and 8th floor of the Department of State. And the elevator doors open, and they're universally surprised at what they encounter, which is the 18th century. When you walk through these rooms, you literally walk through the history of America, the history of our country. We have the privilege of working with each Secretary of State, and they embrace these rooms in wonderful ways, use them as tools of diplomacy.
Democrats and Republicans, from Secretary Kissinger to Secretary Kerry, were kind enough to share with me their thoughts on how it would most likely to be a successful Secretary of State.
Everything about this place is very, very significant to diplomacy, to the Secretary of State personally, and to be able, frankly, to show off.
These rooms are not only reflective of America's history, but of America's values. One can walk through here and feel like you're stepping back in time to the beginning of our country, to our founders, to their incredible vision of what the United States would be and what we have become.
The history is there. The early days, the giants are represented in that room. Washington is there. Jefferson is there.
We don't agree with everyone we bring to these rooms, but part of our goal is to understand better.
Diplomacy is not always serious business. To create the relationships you need, you have to have a friendship.
These rooms are an enormously important tool of diplomacy. We couldn't do without these rooms, both the physical presence of the rooms themselves and the history represented in many of the things that are part of the great collection here.
In 1961, Clement Conger started a project to transform these very ordinary rooms. The entire collection and architectural transformation was created through generous contributions from patriotic citizens. We close during the month of August. Conservators come in, and they really go from piece to piece.
I've been doing this role for maybe about 35 years, and in June this year, I'll be 88 years old.
We have clocks in the collection that get wound every week. Some of them chime, as you can hear now.
I'm the guy who keeps the place running on time here.
Well, he's obviously doing a great job.
The Jefferson desk makes a big impact on people.
He was the first Secretary of State. Then you think, what actually happened on this desk?
This is a piece of our history.
It's remarkable to think that you're looking at the desk where the peace treaty to end the American Revolution was signed.
The Treaty of Paris, people don't realize how important that treaty was.
To actually see an object where our Revolutionary War ended and our independence began makes it very real.
Oh my gosh, I think that there is something so inspirational about seeing concrete objects that really explain history.
I always admire this absolutely beautiful
It
piece.
is extraordinary. The signature of the maker, John Townsend.
1765.
The objects have a remarkable role to play in education. Through digital means today, we're able to share the collection with students and teachers within their classrooms so that they can actually see and learn about these objects, relate them to their core curriculum, and learn about history within their own environment, and really bring history to life.
Every day in the job of Secretary of State is about as exciting as it can be. And I think it's a pinch yourself every day job.
When I became Secretary of State, my good friend George Shultz said, Secretary of State's the best job in government.
Trust is the coin of the realm. The things that matter are things that affect a human being. At least one human being is better off, and I had something to do with it.
It never occurred to me that I might be Secretary of State. I was an immigrant. There had never been a woman. I think it's the most incredible job in the world.
So it's good to be reminded how really lucky we are to be Americans, because there's no higher honor than representing my country.
These rooms are completely paid for and furnished by private donations, which ensure these rooms remain as beautiful and historically significant as they are right now. It is an honor to share this collection with the world. We continue to have to raise the money to conserve the collection because, unlike a museum, it's in use every day.
This room sticks with you. This room represents everything that is good about our country. It represents all of the trials and tribulations we have gone through. My goodness, you're looking at the basis for American democracy. You're looking at the basis for this country to exist. Beautiful, beautiful. I often wondered if there was silverware in here. No!